Hello traders and welcome back to the weekly market analysis. Let's get going and start off with the DXY. If you remember, last week we were expecting DXY to drop from one of these two levels. The first level was this one that I'm highlighting right now. We're saying that I'm expecting a reaction towards the downside if we get a move down followed by a consolidation, and this is your trade. And the other level was this one, in which I said if the price will make a complex consolidation, then it has a great chance to reach this level before dropping. So as you can see, the first level was reached, and it also reached our target of the 70.5% of the Fibonacci level. And the way things are looking right now, I'm expecting the DXY to start consolidating in the coming week to make a complex structure because we don't have divergence on the MACD. So even if we hit the 70.5 level, I'm not convinced that this will start to go up from here. So this trend line as well is not valid anymore. The new trend line is this one. So I'm expecting here a pullback. We also have a level to watch, even two, but first I'm going to be focusing on this one here, the first. So like I was saying, I'm expecting a move towards the upside in a form of consolidation, and for me to change my mind and consider this as the reversal for the upside, I'll wait for a break of this level, and if we get a consolidation, then this is your trade. But for now, let's focus on what's next, and the next, in my opinion, is that the price will consolidate here, make a deeper pullback, at least towards this trend line, or even towards this level. And depending on the price action, we'll see at that moment in time if we'll go with the sells or if we'll wait for the buy setups to unfold. So like I was saying, focus on this wave. Don't trade it because it will be very corrective, so you might get plenty of ups and downs inside this move until it reaches the target. So this is a waiting game here for now, so we have to be patient. Before we move on to EURUSD, I'd like to invite you guys to hit that like button and also subscribe to our channel, and click the notification bell so you'll be notified whenever we go live on YouTube or we drop a video. And also, if you have any requests for any other pairs that you'd like us to cover, head over to the comment section below and drop your comments in there so we can do an analysis in the next stream. And with that being said, let's move on to EURUSD. And for EURUSD, if you remember, I was saying that I'm bullish on this one. Only thing to ask ourselves was that if the price will hit this target before going up, or if it will start going up from here. And it started to go up from here, but unfortunately we didn't get any buy setup for this one. We only got a cancellation that our analysis was right. And the way things are looking here, wait for this pullback to finish, and if you get a nice entry with a nice risk to reward to break this top here, then you can go with the trade, but don't risk big. So my thought process for USD is a move towards the upside after this pullback is finished. So we have to pay close attention to this top here. This is the level that we will like to see it broken, and like I was saying, wait for a bullish reaction somewhere around this level here. And then if you get that, don't risk big and manage your trade properly and use as a target this previous top here that I highlighted. And by the way, if you're interested in our latest trading ebook, you can download it for free from our website by subscribing to our newsletter. You'll get a lot of content that we put together for you guys. It's especially made for beginners, but it's worth having a look even if you're an advanced trader, because as you know, practice makes perfect. And if you want to have a quick look at it, I'm gonna go a bit through it with you guys. So basically, we put together a few stuff in regards to the forex market, some psychological factors. Always use a stop loss, which is very important. Don't over risk, don't over trade, manage your emotions. We put together some basic aspects of the forex market. We also went through a section of technical analysis and the things that we put together and we normally use when analyzing the charts. So you might find a lot of useful stuff, and it will be easier for you guys if you go through it and read it to better understand our analysis in the future. You have a lot of patterns that we put together, stuff that we look at, signals that we take into consideration. So head over to our website. Don't forget to subscribe to our newsletter, and you'll get this PDF for free. And let us know in the comment section below as well, for those that already read it, if you enjoyed it. And in the future, we're gonna come up with a few updates to it. We consider to even release a stock market 101, also a crypto market 101. So stay tuned to our channel, subscribe, and don't miss any content that we put out there. It's for free, so take your chance and subscribe to our newsletter on our website and download it for free. Now let's move on to Pound USD, and Pound USD was another trade that was successful last week. We were saying that we're going to watch two zones on the chart. One was this trend line here. We were saying that if we get a reaction towards the trend line, then this is probably the trigger that will push the price to this level here, this target. And the second one was that if the price decides to make a complex pullback, we can go and fill this fair value gap area before going back up. So as you can see, we got a bullish reaction from this level here. We didn't got any consolidation on the 4 hours, so we didn't have the chance to take the trade towards the upside, but even so the analysis was spot on. And next for pound USD, let's wait for this consolidation to finish, maybe retest again these levels or the trend line again before pushing back up to make a new higher high. For dollar yen last week, similar, we were spot on. We were expecting the price to hit this level. If you remember, I was saying that this might be a bull trap, and usually the market does that after a sharp drop. They tend to reverse aggressively, give you the impression that the price will reverse from this area, and all of a sudden they will catch you and they will push the price back down in the direction of the trend. So that is why it's very important to follow the trend. And like I was saying, target was hit. I was saying last week that we will go down from this level here, take out this low again. We created a new low, and for the coming week I'm expecting a consolidation and more continuation towards the downside. So let's wait and see if we get a sell setup. For Australian dollar versus the US dollar, we were spot on our analysis. We presented two scenarios as well for this one of which was a consolidation followed by a move towards the upside, and the second one was that the price might drop aggressively from this level without looking back and take out these equal lows before going back up and creating a new higher high. So as you can see, the first scenario unfolded. We had this impulse that broke the previous lower low, then a pullback, and this was your buy setup towards the upside. I hope you guys did well on this one. And for the coming week, I'm expecting here this consolidation to finish, and then one more push towards the upside. Dollar CAD last week, similar two scenarios we had in play, one of which, if you remember, at the time we did the analysis, we were somewhere around this area here, and I was saying that the price could easily drop from here, pull back, and then go back down and take out this low. So the first scenario unfolded, and the second one was that the price might push a bit higher, reach this level, and then drop from this area here. So the first scenario unfolded, like I was saying, and in the coming week, I'm expecting here a consolidation, no divergence on the MACD, wait for a pullback or a consolidation, and then go with this trade if the pattern unfolds. But I would suggest to wait a bit more because we might have a deeper pullback, something similar to this one. So let it get back up, and if we get a bearish reaction, then we could take our chances and go for a sell setup. For gold last week, if you remember, I was saying that the price could continue to drop before giving us a bullish impulse, and I was expecting a consolidation and then a drop before going back up. I had two levels highlighted below if the price decided to go a bit deeper than we expected, but as you can see, none of them was hit. And the second scenario was that if the price decides to make a sharp impulse towards the upside, break this area, and then pull back, then I'm expecting that the price will at some point finish this consolidation and then push back up, and we'll be reaching for this high, but I'm not sure that it will happen in the coming week. This might have its ups and downs, so we have to take it step by step, and the way things are looking, wait for this consolidation and wait for another wave up that will break this previous high, and this would be our target for the coming week. And as per usual, try to not risk too much on it. 0.5% is enough for this trade, but also wait for your reaction and don't jump in a falling candle. Okay, now let's move over to silver. For silver last week, I was expecting the price to continue to drop, and then I was waiting for a reaction on one of these two levels here that I highlighted, and the first level gave us that reaction. We didn't get into any trades for now. We just got a reaction, which is very good. This is the first confirmation that we needed in order to convince us that the bullish trend is starting to resume. And the second one that we will wait is a pullback, and then we'll wait for a reaction for this move towards the upside. As well, if this happens, don't forget to risk small and manage your trade accordingly, and wait for this move towards the upside to unfold. For oil last week, I was expecting here a consolidation to occur. I had a target this trend line here, and if you remember last week, we were somewhere around this level. The price dropped, made another consolidation, dropped again, created a new lower low, and the way things are looking right now, we have some divergence on the MACD. This means that the price could start a consolidation, a deeper one, reaching this trend line here or also this trend line, and then dropping again, and we're not that sure about it. Also, there's a possibility if this continues to go like this and breaks out of this second trend line and is followed by a pullback, the price could continue to go up and reach the 100 level, but I'm guessing this will take some time to develop. And in the meantime, we have to focus on this correction. Don't trade it, just watch it develop and see if you get a reaction at this trend line first, so we can go with a sell setup. Also, if this decides to go a bit deeper, don't buy it. Even if we break the first trend line, there's no need to rush things up. Wait for it to reach the second trend line, and here is the most decisive point. And if we get here a bearish reaction followed by a consolidation, then this is our trade towards the downside to take out this lower low. And like I was saying, if the opposite happens and the price breaks through, then we have to pay attention for a pullback, and then we're gonna go with the buy setup. So it's 50-50 at the moment for US oil. We have to wait for the pattern to develop, and this will take some time. I don't think this will be ready in the last weeks of this year, maybe at the beginning of January next year. So I would suggest to leave it alone for now. And good indication for you guys, if you look at this correlation between these two patterns that I'm trying to show you, this pattern here that we're waiting to develop could have a lot of similarities with this one. So you can expect something like this to occur here, and then drop. That's why I draw these arrows. I made this connection between these two corrections. So pay attention to it and see how the price moved inside this area. But like I was saying, don't try to trade it because it's pretty risky. You can get stuck into an unnecessary trade. So wait for the price pattern to develop, and then we'll see at these two levels what reaction we will get. For natural gas, last week we were expecting the price to continue to drop, and you can see it gap down, pull back, and then it reached our level here. And as things stand, this one is trying to give us a sign that it is going up. But the question is this a fake move, or is this truly the move that will push the price back up and take out this top? For that, we have to wait and see. It's too early to predict that. This could also fall from here. I would like to see a strong impulse at some point, or at least this impulse slowly gaining momentum and at some point shooting up, taking out this level here. And if we get then a pullback, then I'm confident that this will start to grow and reach this level eventually. So as well as for oil, natural gas is a waiting game right now. Don't jump in any trades. Even if this drops from here, not interested in the sales because the level is pretty low and we don't have a big correction. We just got across on the MACD, no divergence, so this might drop from here again, and it's pretty unlikely that it will give us a sell setup. So stay away from it for the time being. In the meantime, let's see what happened with S&P. If you remember last week, I was saying S&P has a great bullish momentum alongside it, and it will be pretty hard to get in if the price doesn't drop and make a pullback. So as you can see, we were right, and the price continued to grow slowly in a trending mode. And right now, the way things are looking, this looks like a small consolidation. This could push back up the price. And even if that happens, we won't be interested in the buys for now. We're just going to wait for the chart to give us a consolidation. And when that happens, we'll be looking for our buy setups. These three levels here are still valid for a potential pullback, but we have to be patient. Most likely, this level is a bit too low. Even though we had a gap here, I will be focusing on this one first. Then this one would be the second one. And now the third one that I'm dragging right now here is the one that will look if the price will decide to make a deeper pullback. Okay, so watch these levels here when the price will reach. Even if this goes up, I won't be interested in the buys. I won't advise you guys to go into any buy setups for now because it's pretty risky. Wait for a pullback, and then we'll get it from a better price, cheaper, and we'll have a better risk to reward in our hands. Okay, for NASDAQ, similar to the S&P, this one started to move aggressively, and we didn't have any buy setups, only small consolidation. We had the buy setup, I think, 1 week ago or 2 weeks ago, and this was the one that I was saying. You see it reached our level here. Now it's a bit too late to enter the trade. Wait for a pullback, and if that happens, then we're gonna go with this buy setup. If not, the price can continue to move slowly and messy towards the upside, making continuous higher highs, but we won't be interested in the buys from here. For Dow Jones, we were expecting the price here as well to continue to go back up, and as you can see, the price spiked here, then continued to move slow and steady towards the upside. Now we're going to expect more continuation, no buy setups, wait for the price to pull back, drop, and then we're going to go with this buy setup. For Nifty, similar, we're expecting here the price to increase, but we were hoping that we would have got a pullback. We didn't, and the price went pretty aggressive towards the upside. Now what we're going to expect for Nifty is a continuation towards the upside, but for us to be interested in any buy setups, we're going to have to wait for a consolidation. No need to jump into this trade right now. The trend is pretty strong, so it might go up and down, and then push back up. So that's why I'm saying that it's pretty important to wait for a consolidation and catch these clean moves towards the upside or the downside, these impulses here, and not to get stuck into this mess. Okay, so let's wait for a pullback or a correction, and then we're going to look for our buy setups. Bitcoin, last week, if you remember, we were saying that the price should drop to complete a pullback, and the way things are looking right now, you can see that the price finished it, started to go back up, and right now we have to be patient because we don't know yet if this is over. This could develop into a deeper pullback, make continuous lower lows inside this small structure here until it breaks this level. And the other scenario is that this will break the top. I know it's 50-50, but what can you do? If you don't have a setup, you don't trade. And that's what we do here at Financial Flagship. And even if this goes up from here and we miss this trade, we're not going to be interested because we don't have any setups. And we'll wait for our trade when the time comes. Even if this would be from here, or if the price will go back up, then pull back, and then we enter from here, doesn't matter. We have to respect our strategy and don't get stuck on the dark side. For Ether, if you remember last week, I was saying that the price could reach this level, and it did. And from there, I was saying that if we get a bullish reaction followed by a pullback, then this could be the continuation and confirmation that we needed for the price to go and take out this top and create a new higher high. This compared to Bitcoin looks a bit better. I think this has a better chance and a better ratio to go back up and take out this top. You have to manage your trades, wait for the proper setup here, don't risk that big. And if you get the buys, congratulations, there's a nice risk to reward towards this level. So as per usual, don't risk big, manage your trade, and don't rush in. So with that being said, I hope you guys enjoyed the analysis. Trade with care, don't forget to use proper risk management, and until next time, I wish you guys a happy trading week ahead.